it is Hope at Crafty Hope, and I am here to answer 10 crafty questions. Now, this is a challenge, I guess, that's going around where there are 10 set questions that everybody's answering. I was tagged by Michelle of Mickelnay, and this, I believe, originated with Artsy Ashley, is what I've been able to figure out. I'll try to link both Michelle and Artsy Ashley below. But I struggled quite a bit with what to do, what to have y'all watch while I was answering these questions. And so I've got two things going on here. Since I love to make jewelry and to play in art journals, I'm going to do both. Well, not at the same time. I'm going to start by making a bracelet. These are both really random. I'm going with random today, so I'm using random beads from my bead soup to make a bracelet. And then I'm going to use random prompts to work in my art journal because I don't know, this whole thing's just kind of random. So we're gonna go with that. Yeah, there's my theme. So let's get to the 10 crafty questions. I'm trying to pull them up real quick while this video is loading. So the first question is, what is your name? My name is Hope Snetherman. Easy enough. And where did I get, question number 2 is, where did you get your YouTube name from? Well, my YouTube name is Crafty Hope. Actually, that's my branding for all of my social media, pretty much. It's my business name, it's my Instagram and Twitter and all of that. You'll likely find me. If you search Crafty Hope, you will find me. Where that came from is, well, I don't even know what year is it now? I started like 12 years ago, something like that, blogging. And I just needed a name real quick to get started. And I knew that I wanted my blog to have some craftiness to it, and my name's Hope, so I went with Crafty Hope. Super boring, absolutely super boring, and I kind of wish, I did something, I don't know, that represented me a little bit more, that was a little more about like salvage and rustic and upcycling and all the things that I love, but I didn't. I went with Crafty Hope. And like I said, I have branded everything. If you do a search on that, you'll find me. And I hate to change any of that branding now because I've had it for so long. So I've just kind of kept it because that's who I am. So that's number 2. Number 3 is your favorite type of craft. Well, like I said, in this video, I'm doing 2 different things. I'm going to make a bracelet and do an art journal. So I'd have to say my favorite type is beading. That is my business, is making jewelry. And, I love it. But sometimes it's really it takes a lot of time, a lot of thought, a lot of really carefully meticulous wire wrapping and pulling things together, and that gets exhausting sometimes. I love it. It is my favorite, but I love to just play in an art journal because it's very freeing. There aren't any rules. There's not any, I don't know. It's not something I'm gonna sell. It's not, I don't know. It just doesn't feel as, I don't know. I keep saying I don't know. There's less pressure to it. It's kind of my break, my creative break from my creative business. So I have those 2 things. What else? Okay, so number 4 is my favorite craft shop. All right, I just don't have a favorite. It all depends on what I need, what I'm looking for, and how much it costs. I'm all about finding the best deals. I adore working with old materials and upcycling them into something fantastic. So places like thrift stores and antique stores and yard sales and estate sales and flea markets really are my favorites. But I also love me a trip to the bead store or even a big box craft store, especially when they've got all the clearance stuff out. So, and the Dollar Tree is really a must for me. I love the Dollar Tree. I've got little things that I use. If you watch my videos, I'll say all the time, this came from the Dollar Tree. So yeah, I can't help it. I know it's all Chinese made stuff, but when you just need a pen, you just need a pen. So I am aching pretty hard for a creative reuse center in my area. So that's, if you don't know what that is, it's a thrift store that pretty much just sells art supplies. We don't have one. I've seen them in other areas through the internet, but we just don't have one, and I'm researching actually how to possibly open one here for myself, or not myself, for everybody else in my area. So if you've got any experience with those or have them in your area, let me know. I'd love to know more about it, because I want one. Okay, so there's that. Number 5 is your top 5 YouTube channels. This is one that I don't know, I'm all over the place with. I actually have 6 on my list. I'm really bad about watching YouTube channels or even keeping up with who I'm watching, because sometimes I just open that watch a video and then it suggests others over on the side, and I click on that and I go down that rabbit hole of I don't even know who I'm watching anymore. So the ones that I know that I try to really keep up with is, first off, Tiffany at Southern Gals Designs. If you're into art journaling or mixed media, you probably know Tiffany. She actually lives down the street from me, but we never ever get together, and we've got to fix that at some point. But she's traveling a lot right now, so that's difficult. So number 2 is Michelle of Michelnay, who actually tagged me in these 10 creative questions. So I watch all of her videos when they pop up. Erin of Happily We Go, I watch hers when they pop up. She doesn't do quite as many videos, but when hers do come up, I make sure to watch them. Now, Tiffany, Michelle, and Erin, I know all of them in person through Tiffany's Art at the Beach getaway. So I have actually, that's part of the reason I think I watch their videos, is I know them personally. So number 4 on my list is going to be Kat Kerr. Kat, like me, mixes a lot of art and mixed media, art journaling type stuff, and that's why I love her. And I don't know, some of the stuff she comes up with is just absolutely amazing, her way to incorporate those two interests. So I love watching what Kat's got going on. Next is Mindy Lacefield, and I actually discovered her after my first Art at the Beach with Tiffany. A bunch of us were aching to learn to draw faces, and so the person that taught us, she used kind of one of Mindy Lacefield's uh, cute little girls to as a basis to teach us how to draw. And since then, I've just kind of been in love with Mindy's design. I don't know, she's so sweet. She's very into Disney, and I don't know. I like Mindy a lot. So a lot of her videos lately, she's sped up quite a bit, and I know she's doing a Patreon account right now where you can get some bonuses from her. But when she does share a video, I'm all about it. Now, my number 6 on the list is straight up jewelry making. I just discovered Kelly at Kelly's Bead Boutique like a month or 2 ago, and a lot of her tutorials are really simple things, but they tend to spark me with other ideas and tend me into this whole other spiral of jewelry making. I just I don't know, a couple weeks ago learned from her how to make a barrel knot with leather. So I love that. So I've been watching a lot of her videos lately. So those are my top 6 right now. I know there are other people I'm leaving out that I love to watch, and this is, it's definitely a weighted question, and I kind of hate that. And so, like I said, I watch all kinds of people. I comment on all kinds of videos, but those are the ones that I know when they pop up, a lot of times I'm diving into. Let's see, number 6 is my favorite color. My favorite color is blue. Absolutely blue. Hands down, blue. I pretty much love any shade, but particularly like a peacock blue, somewhere in that aqua teal peacocky. I don't even know how to describe the color. Yeah, blue. And yeah, every room in my house pretty much is blue. There's a couple we haven't painted yet. I think they may not end up blue. We've got a yellow room in the sunroom, but the rest of the house is blues or grays. So yeah, I like blue. But I do also like a really good plum purple, and like a lime green chartreusey color are also my jams. I'm not super big on pink, but I'm learning to love it more. In fact, I love just about every color, but sometimes I have trouble figuring out exactly how to work them into my art. So, all right. So, let's see, that was number 6. Number 7 is my favorite craft tool. All right, y'all, that changes daily depending on what it is I'm working on. Um, and so that it absolutely changes. Lately, I've been obsessed with learning to use a bead loom. So that's definitely a tool that I'm enjoying. I have put that away. Um, Consistently, my pliers for jewelry making are a must. I love my pliers. I hardly leave the house without them, especially if I'm going to be gone for more than a few hours. So yeah. um and really, my favorite craft tool is the internet. It is a fabulous tool for inspiration, for instruction, for connection with other creative people. So I don't know. I know that's a flippant answer, but that's what I got for you right now. So, number 8 is, where does your love of crafting come from? Well, I have to say that's my mom. I remember back when I was a little bitty kid, and we didn't have, my dad was in the Air Force, and we didn't have a whole lot of money. And so for Christmas, like, my mom made all the ornaments on our tree. They were a combination of salt dough, which I don't even know the recipe, but I know it's flour and salt and water, maybe. Um, and she did the alphabet with the salt dough. And then she also had these designed, I think these ornaments were all supposed to be made out of felt, but because we didn't have money, felt was expensive. So she got a pack of construction paper and cut out all these little shapes and glued them together to make these ornaments. So, I don't know, most of those, I mean, the salt dough ones fell apart after a couple of years, and over time, the construction paper ones have ripped and torn it, but every once in a while we'll come across one of those, and it's just such fun memories of that, you know. But my mom also made a lot of the clothes that I wore when I was really little. Again, we didn't have a whole lot of money, so she made things. It was the 70s. Super simple little clothes. She was also an avid crocheter and cross stitcher. I never learned to crochet other than like a single chain stitch. But I did cross stitch by the time I was probably 7. I really enjoyed cross stitching. And my mom did dip into other crafts over time. I remember I don't remember if I was late middle school. It had to be early high school that I remember she was doing this big thing where she was getting these like button down dress shirts, almost like tuxedo shirts, and decorating them with glitter. And I don't remember if it was straight up glitter, if it was puff paint glitter, but she had all kinds of people buying those tuxedo shirts from her, especially for Mardi Gras, because where we're from is South Alabama, Mobile, and that is the home of Mardi Gras. Don't let anybody tell you different. But anyway, she decorated those shirts, and a lot of people were buying them to wear during Mardi Gras. So, um, she hasn't had a whole lot of interest in crafting for a while. She's been busy with other things, but I think I'm taking up her slack because that's all I do is craft now. So, number 9 is, when did I start crafting? Um, birth. I don't know. Like I said, my mom was doing things my whole life, so I was always had my hands in it. I wasn't much of a sporty kid, I guess. I didn't, I don't know. I don't have a whole lot of coordination. I was like 9 before I learned to do a cartwheel. I did, and it took me forever to learn to ride my bike. But crafts, on the other hand, if I could have a crayon or a stick of glue, well, we didn't have sticks of glue, but like a thing of Elmer's, and some paper, I was all about it. I didn't, do much more than that. I mean, like I said, I did cross stitching when I was younger. I didn't learn to sew, but I don't know. I know in my later years, I mean, I did all the friendship bracelets. I mean, I don't even know how many hundreds of friendship bracelets with embroidery floss I did in middle school, but yeah, that was real strong. And a lot of my jobs I've worked for the Girl Scouts, and I've worked with at a residential program for um, kids with autism for a while, and that was my jam, was doing crafts with all of them. So, um, I yeah, yeah, I don't know, when did I start crafting is really tough because I've just kind of always crafted. So, I love the act of just creating something when there had been nothing there before. So, favorite craft project so far. Okay, well, I've got a video here. I'm gonna, if I speed up everything on here right, maybe I can get this timed right. But I've got no way that I can pick just one single favorite craft project. So I'm going to show you several of these here at the end of the video. I've loved a bunch of my assemblage pieces. I've made a quilt. I don't have a picture of that. Well, I'll see if I can find a picture of it. But I made a quilt a couple summers ago that I love. And then, of course, my jewelry. That's like picking a favorite child. I do have a few pieces I really love, and I'll show you some of those. But it's tough to pick a favorite jewelry project. So I am, like I said, I'll share those favorites here at the end, but I'm going to go ahead and mention who I'm going to tag next. Now, I have not contacted a single one of these people, so I'm just going to say I will send them a shout and see if they're interested. If not, they may not participate. If you want to answer these 10 crafty questions, I am going to list them down at the bottom in the description box of this video. And please, 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 answer the questions and leave me a comment. Let me know you did so I can watch it. So, the people I am going to tag for this are Cat Kerr, Weblight Dreams, is somebody I just found. She does a lot of haul videos, especially Tuesday morning, and she does a lot of drawing, like anime type stuff and different, I don't know. I just found her and I kind of dig some of what she does. I'm going to tag Trish at Dish Kitty Studio. I follow her on Twitter and Instagram and a bunch of other places, and she does like vlog posts, like weekly roundup posts that are pretty cool. And I thought maybe she could throw one of this set of 10 crafty questions into one of her vlogs. I want to tag my friend Tammy at TTE's Designs. She is also a jewelry artist that works a lot with tin, like I like to, but she is, I don't know, she's always on the cutting edge. So those are the 4 people I'm tagging to answer the 10 crafty questions. And like I said, if you want to play along, go for it. Thanks to Michelle Mickelnay for tagging me in this and giving me the opportunity to open up to y'all about my own crafty self. So in the title of this, I did say it was going to be a giveaway. Oh, and I am going to give away the bracelet that I made at the beginning of this, along with the one that I was wearing. I've got pictures at the end of the video, and I'll have details about the giveaway in the description box below, but you do need to be in the US to win the giveaway. So that is that. I am finishing up this journal page, and I am going to show y'all some of my favorite crafts along with those bracelets here in just a second. So I'll go ahead and start telling you about some of these favorite crafts here, and almost all of them are things that are in my house. That's, I've kept all my favorite things. So the first one is going to be this assemblage owl that I made out of keys and old jewelry and buckles and things that I haven't created a frame for it yet. My husband's going to do that, but it's pretty awesome. And I think I've got a video for that, and actually several of these I think I have videos for, and I'll put maybe a link to those. So I've got this little fairy nook that I made out of an old alarm clock, just an old plastic alarm clock, and a Tim Holtz paper doll, and a couple other little things. And then next up is, did an altered paintbrush. That's the only one I've ever done. I think I need to do some more. I really dig her. She's all rusty with buttons and mushrooms, and I hand painted her face, and she's hanging in my dining room, and I look at that rustiness. Awesome sauce. And then I've got a just a mixed media. I did like a canvas board there with just some layered paper and collage and the Tim Holtz paper dolls, and I kind of love it. So, and now I'm going to show you my quilt next, which I'm still so proud of. I made it about 2 summers ago, and it's pretty awesome. I'm really proud. I can't wait to make some more. And now I'm going to show you a couple of my jewelry things. The first is this necklace, and it's seriously just a bunch of random beads and buttons that I liked, and I wired together. I get compliments on it all the time. Love that necklace. And then I've got this button bangle. I've got a couple of these. This is the one I probably wear most often, and it's just some wire that I put some buttons on. And then this is a combination of things. There's fabric and lace and buttons and beads, and then I just use random buttons and beads in white, in shades of white, to make up the chain. That's in my Etsy shop, but I still wear it every now and then. Don't tell. All right, now here I'm going to give you a look at one last jewelry piece, and it's sold. It's a butterfly cut out of tin. And then here are the bracelets you can win. All right, guys, make sure to give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and thank you for watching. Bye.